Good afternoon. How is everybody doing today? So I didn't schedule this or anything. It's just I did put a poll up yesterday evening just asking if people wanted a random live. This is the random live, so I don't know if people are working or unavailable. I am just gonna get ready. If people come into the chat and want to talk about anything or get my opinion or whatever we want to talk about, otherwise I'm just going to focus on the products and talk about it like Get Ready With Me. Hey Jay, hey Dark Lily, hey Debbie, how are you ladies? This is the first Friday where I am not at work due to my schedule change. So it's different, and this might be something I incorporate. Like my Wednesdays are always open discussion. I just lost my train of thought. Wednesdays are always open discussion. I might do like a random afternoon, late morning live just to do catch up and just get ready every day. We'll see how that goes. I'm sure some days I won't be able to. Hey Dana, any thoughts on good mascara? So I know Britt has suggested a couple of mascaras and has a video on recommended mascaras she has. I struggle with mascara. I don't like any of the mascaras I have, and she has recommended Lash Paradise to me, which I've had in the past and it was okay. And then she's recommended a BH one to me, and I can't remember the exact name of it, but she's recommended one from BH that I haven't tried. It's like a fiber one. I'm trying to just get through some of the ones that I have. I have an abundance here. I can show. That's the wrong door. I have an abundance of mascara. Like all of these are mascaras, and I have like a lot of little sample sized ones because I haven't found one that I like. So I just am trying to go through those, and then I'm going to try the ones that Britt has suggested to see if I can find one. I did have the Lash Paradise. I think I threw it away because it got too dry. Essence is great, but transfers. I haven't had too much of a transfer issue with the Essence one that I have, the green one. It has transferred a little bit, I've noticed, but not as bad as some of those other ones. Maybelline Snapscara. Oh, I will have to, I'm going to write that one down too in a notepad, because I don't mind buying a couple. I just want to wait until I get through some of the ones I currently have before I buy any more, if that makes sense. I might get, knowing me, if I end up at the store though and I see one of these recommended, I'll probably just buy it because I have no patience. All right, I added that to the list. Are you feeling better? Yeah, I'm fine. I haven't really felt bad as far as like, even the other day, like I know I was congested and I was sneezy. I never felt bad. I just had like weird congestion. It's gone away for the most part. Like I was kind of like drainy and like sniffly. I'm not sniffly anymore, but I still am sneezing occasionally. So I definitely think it's just an allergy. Something must be blooming or like being rustled up as it's getting colder. That is messing with my sinuses, I guess. Epic by Younique, and I love it. You haven't tried any others yet. I've never tried Younique makeup products. I added it to the list. So you use Lash Paradise, but not liking it. It dries out quick. Yeah, the one that I had dried out, and I can't remember how long I had it. I don't think I had it enough to really formulate a good opinion. So you have short, stubby eyelashes. I don't know how you would how to describe my lashes. I think I have the normal amount of lashes. You've used the Younique. Okay. Well, while we chat about whatever, I am going to get ready. This isn't going to be a super long stream. My husband's home today. He got done with work early, so we are actually going to take the day to be together and do some stuff. So while he is wrapping up and getting ready, I told him I was going to go live and get ready with you guys. So it's not going to be too long. I don't know what I did with that. There it is. I'll have to try that Maybelline one, Jay, and see how it is. If we end up anywhere that has it, I will. If I see it, I'll pick it up, rather. I don't know what we're doing today or if we're going to even go anywhere too crazy. So today I am just using my NARS concealer in a pot, vanilla for my base. Make sure there's no dog hair in my bristles. And I'm probably going to just use the computer, or I might look off while I get my makeup on today. How's everybody's Friday going? What did you guys do, Dana? So whenever I use concealer for an eyeshadow base, I try to sheer it out as much as I can. So it's not, so it doesn't get that thick layer, because if I've noticed when I use concealer as an eyeshadow base, if I use too much of it, it makes my eyeshadow look crepey and super obvious. Whereas if I use a thinner layer and really work on shearing it out and just having that blank canvas look, so you can't see all my veins on my eyelids. Right? I have if you've seen my makeup collection video, I have all my brushes in these kind of containers that you can close, but this concealer brush, I had left it out. The dogs don't usually come into this room, so it's usually not an issue, but so you just went shopping and out to eat? I'm not sure what the plan is. I told him to really decide what he wanted to do while I was gonna do this. So hopefully he picks. We're both, something that I don't know if it like really translates on camera is how indecisive, like as a person I am. I'm super indecisive and my husband's not much better. So we're one of those couples that those memes are about, where they end up like having dumb arguments about dinner. Literally, my relationship, we argue almost, unless one of us is craving something and say, hey, I want this for dinner or lunch or whatever meal we're having. It's like, oh, what do you want? Oh, I don't care. What do you want? And it's just a back and forth. And then we get frustrated with each other that neither person will just say what they want. And genuinely for me, it's because I really don't care. But I will say no if he says something and it doesn't sound appeasing. I will be like, oh no, I don't want that. So I can see where it's frustrating, and it kind of just depends on who for the different nights, on who's going to really push the bickering to continue. I can't remember how much the NARS concealer is. I know it's not cheap. I can look it up for you guys. Let's see. No. So it's $30. It's a $30 concealer, so it is pretty expensive. You get a lot of product. I mean, I've had this for at least a year, and I don't know if I've talked about that. Like, I will keep, it smells fine. I will keep products and continue to use products even past their expiration date as long as they don't smell like they've turned or they don't start to perform different. I'm going to continue to use it because some of the products that I have are quite expensive. Like this is $30. I'm not going to throw it away after 6 months of opening it. Oh, this one's a 24-month shelf life. So I think I'm still in the okay with this one. But for other products like eyeshadow palettes, some of them are only a 6-month shelf life, and that's just crazy. But I like it. I don't use it as actual concealer at all, though. I rarely actually use concealer under my eyes. If I do, it's super light. And the primary reason for that is because, I mean, I do have some discoloration, but it's covered most of the time by my foundation. And that's I typically wear medium to full coverage foundations. I don't wear light coverage. It's very rare that I will. If I'm going to put foundation on, I want it to cover everything. Otherwise, I won't put foundation on. It's like about once a week, even when I go to work, I don't wear makeup. It depends on the day, but it's not super uncommon for me to not wear makeup. I'm not somebody who feels the need to wear makeup. I just like to wear makeup and I enjoy it. So this is the Tatcha water cream moisturizer, and then I'm going to do my eyeshadow, and then after that I will put on a primer and then finish my face products. Yeah, 24 months is a long time for a product's shelf life. That's why I was surprised. I thought it was like 12, but it's 24. Dana said we have a Waffle House and a Dollar General every few miles in the South. Yeah, that's pretty true. When I was in Florida, there's certain chains that you can see regularly in almost every town, and almost every town is likely to have multiple. So what kind of eye look do I want to do today? I don't know what we're doing, so that's half of my battle. I have good skin. I don't necessarily think everybody needs makeup. I understand, people wanting to wear makeup or feeling the need to wear makeup. I think that's crappy. I really think it's more of a society issue rather than an individual issue, because there's so many, and I'm not going to get on a soapbox here. I'm just going to save a little bit and then I'm going to drop the subject. But society puts so many constraints on women still. And, a lot has to do with our appearance, what we look like, what body type we have, what our face looks like, what kind of makeup we're wearing, what kind of clothing are we wearing. We're constantly being judged in public. So I understand where some women feel that they have to cover their face if they have breakouts or if they are suffering from any kind of diagnosis, which will cause discoloration in their skin, and they want to cover that. I understand that, and I think it's sad that some people struggle with that and feel that additional pressure. I think I'm just going to use the Strawberry Dream palette. This is usually my go-to just for a typical look. I think vitamin C helps you look more faded without vitamin C. Yeah, I know Britt was talking about vitamin C. That is a skincare product that I have never really gotten into or used consistently. I still have, but I'm pretty sure they're expired unless I threw them away. Yeah, this is one of the drawers I didn't go through on my, I think I did throw away the Drunk Elephant one I had. When I did my makeup collection, I don't think I went through my skincare drawer. Probably with good reason, because it's a mess. So currently I have 2 skincare, like vitamin C products. I have the CEO by Sunday Riley. I believe this is it's a vitamin C serum. And then I also have the Ole Hendrickson Truth Serum, which is a vitamin C2. They just smell weird. They smell different from when I had them. And I haven't had this one that long. I bought this one right before I moved from Florida. So I've had this for, well, I guess that is a long time. 8 months, 9 months. This one I got at the end of last year when they had the holiday set with this one. And then they had a set, and they probably have one this year. These came in a set for holiday last year. And that's when I got that one. But one of them is turned and the other I don't know. And it's just a product I don't find myself able to use consistently. So there's I don't have my color switch in here, so that's nice. You take vitamin C pills. Oh, I don't partake in that either. I'm not good that way. Melody, I never really got into makeup. Lip gloss is all it takes. That's good. I mean, if some people don't want to or don't have any interest in it, and there's nothing wrong with that. Hey Rose, how are you? Yeah, we're not that far. I am just going to do my makeup and we're just going to chat about whatever you guys want to. I'll talk about the products I'm using. So this probably won't be a long stream. I'm talking, so it takes me a little bit longer than what it does in real life. I should maybe film a video without me talking and just actually do my routine and list the products on the screen. If I can figure out how to edit my clips like that, I will do it. Because on a typical day, it only takes me about 15-20 minutes to do my makeup. Longer if I try to do something different, like if I do winged liner or liner in general, that adds about 5 minutes alone, no matter what, because I'm not good at it. I'm doing good, Rose. Just getting ready for the day. Jay uses hemp cream, but it's not for everyone. It relaxes and clears scratch marks. Well, that's a good recommendation, I guess. So I know I've talked about this palette before, but I don't know if I've really gone into anything about. I know I've never swatched any of my palettes, and part of that is just because I don't think I am talented enough to swatch anything. It'll end up weird. But this palette, I can't remember why I finally caved and bought this palette, because if you just look at it, the colors are kind of dupeable, comparable to my other palettes that I have. But I kept hearing a couple of influencers really like his products. Raw Beauty Christy, I've talked about her a lot. A lot of her recommendations work out for me in almost any department. And she kept talking about his lip gloss. And I can't remember what the shade of his lip gloss is that she really likes, but she kept talking about it. And I went to go try and purchase that lip gloss, and they didn't have it in Sephora. So I was looking at his other products, and I saw this palette on sale, and I looked at it and I swatched it and I liked it. Like, the formula seemed good, but I didn't buy it at that time. And I can't remember who, but I saw another influencer do a review on this palette, and they enjoyed it. And it was somebody, I watched so many beauty influencers that I can't remember who it was, but they really raved about it. And I remember I had seen it in store. And so I went on the Sephora website, and it was on sale still. So I went ahead and popped it in my bag and bought it. And it's been one of my go-to palettes since. These colors are very, very blendable. They don't take a lot of work to get them to actually blend out, and they don't blend into each other in the sense that you lose the color or the pigment of each shade, which is really nice. This is the only eyeshadow palette of his I have. I am interested in getting some of his other palettes. I just haven't been purchasing any makeup lately because I'm trying to work through what I have in my collection. I will say, what shade is it? There is one shade, the glitter shades, like the actual glitter shades, I haven't gotten as much use out of. I prefer a shimmery shade over a glitter shade. I don't have any like glitter glue, and I don't know how to cut my crease. So I typically steer away from super glittery shades. I just end up with the glitter all over my face. Eventually, I will probably invest in some glitter glue so I can get more use out of shades like that. How many shades are in this palette? 4, 5, 10, 15. It's a 15 pan palette. I will show it here in just a second. Get this eye cut up to the other one. Glitter gets all over your face. Yeah, I struggle with that aspect of glitter as well. And a lot of that I know boils down to the fact that I don't have a glitter glue base on. If I had a glitter glue base, I don't think it would be as bad as it is. All right. So there's a little bit of kick up. This is the palette. I guess I should make sure. If you guys want me to, I can swatch this as soon as I'm done. But this is one of my go-to palettes for any like pink or purple look. This is the palette I will typically go to. I know there's some brighter shades in here and the blues. I've played with them, but I haven't gotten a whole lot of use out of those shades because I'm not the best at colorful eye looks. So let's see. What? For my actual eyelid color, I'm trying to see what Sometimes I use what's in the palettes and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I will look for an alternative, but I am probably just going to go in with the pinky one, and I will use my finger. Even though I do not have a pink shirt on today, it's okay. Hey, Mila, how are you? Jay says Jaclyn Hill was really messy last year. So messy, but apparently she still has a big fan base. It's really pretty, sorry. The bright shades always scare me though. Other people can pull it off, but not me. Yeah, you know, I play with them because I want to be comfortable before I leave the house wearing any bright shades. And I didn't think I'd be able to pull off brighter shades either. And this, I'm not sure if the colors are translating through on what I'm wearing today. It's a lot brighter than what it looks like on my screen. So, but as long as you just work with it and you're comfortable with wearing it out, I don't see any issues. Soggy from the rain. Hey, Veronica. You'll be listening and cleaning. That is always fun whenever you can find. That's what I like to do with like certain people I watch. If it's not like an actual tutorial, like Raw Beauty Christy, for example, when she's like updating us on her pregnancy and things like that, or her house updates, I will just have her playing in my headphones while I clean. I do the same thing at work. I will often listen to channels that I like. I will just listen to them while I am working or being productive. And if it's something that I need to look at, I will pause it and leave it paused until I'm able to see what I think needs to be seen, and then I'll move on and just go back to listening. That's typically how I ingest my YouTube content. If it's like a tutorial or something, I will watch it, and then I'll watch it on my TV. Hey, Hot Wheel Sue, how are you? Yes, happy Friday is right. Or you crochet. Yeah, I'm still getting back into my crocheting, so it takes a little bit more concentration for me when I am doing my crochet work rather than just because I find myself kind of like glancing at whatever I'm watching from time to time. I'll prop my phone up. So I am not going to do any eyeliner for the sake of time. One of these lives, I will do my eyeliner for you guys, just so you can see. I know I had a lot of compliments in the people who attended my Wednesday stream on the eyeliner I did. Don't let that fool you. That took me just as long to do that eyeliner as it does for me to do a completed eye look. Hey, Petra. So I'm just going to do a quick coat of mascara, and then I'm going to do my base makeup. And then if you guys want me to swatch this palette, I will swatch it. I don't want to swatch it before I get my base done because I know myself and I'm messy, and I will probably end up looking colorful on my face by accident. All right, and the mascara that I'm using today is the IT Cosmetics Lash Blowout. This one I'm finding myself leaning towards more whenever I curl my lashes. Petra loves to crochet and started sewing and embroidery. That is awesome. I don't know if I would ever be comfortable enough with a sewing machine. They kind of scare me. And embroidery, I think, takes a lot of patience, and I really don't have patience. Veronica, I always try to put on channels like if I'm not needing to be on the computer for work, just to show support and help them with views and engagement. That's super, super sweet of you to do. I'm sure any creator, I'll speak for myself, you're obviously on my channel. I'm not trying to allude that you're a supporter of mine, but if you do that for my content, I genuinely appreciate that. So, sewing machines are hard. You must be really talented. I've never tried to operate a sewing machine. They scare me. I'm afraid of needles. So for my primer, I'm just going to use the Liquid Silk Canvas by Tatcha, and I'm probably going to have glitter all over my face because one of the shades I used had a little bit of glitter in it. So I don't know if it'll translate on camera. This is why I do my eyeshadow first, because if you end up with any shades, like some of these pinkier shades do have a little bit of fallout on my face. So if I do my eyes first, I can typically clean it up with my foundation, or I can wipe it away whenever I do my primer. And let's see. I don't know what we're doing, so I don't know which foundation would be best to wear. I'll probably go with this one. Oh, I appreciate that, Veronica. You're very sweet. And you have a really pretty singing voice too. I can't carry a tune for anything, which is ironic. Well, I guess I shouldn't say it's ironic, but I was in band and like played musical instruments from middle school all the way through my high school career. And I am really tone deaf, but I never had issues whenever I was able to get through band without having too many struggles. All right, today I'm just going to use the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation. I played the clarinet. I started in middle school, and then I played in high school, and I was in the marching band. Super nerdy. But it was really nice. I actually really enjoyed being a part of that in high school. I have talked about in other videos, and it's come up in other lives, but I was really bullied as a kid in school due to like my childhood and stuff. And going into middle school was about the time that I had just gotten adopted. So my parents said it would be best if I probably tried to get involved in some kind of activity to like help myself break away from feeling isolated from my peers and kind of automatically have a safety net of being involved in activities. I'm sure we're all aware, whether you were a part of activities or not, when you participate in things like that, you are bound to make friends. You're going to build those relationships and those bonds. So I had started in band, and then I started getting some friends, and then I had done cheerleading for a little while. I didn't continue that into high school. I just did it for our county as a middle schooler. Once I got into high school, the school kind of made it to where you had to pick between what activities you wanted to do. Our school made it very hard to do multiple activities if they ran during the same season, which cheerleading and band would both participate in football events. So I had to kind of make my decision, and I had built really good, trustworthy friends in band who were going to do band in high school and do the marching band. So I dropped cheerleading. Melody played the flute and taught piano, and she sings. So you're very musically inclined. Jay also writes music and performs. She graduated with honors in music. She plays about 10 instruments, making her own music. You guys are super talented. I'm really not putting that much powder on it. I know it seems like I am. I need to get a new one. This is my Maybelline Fit Me press powder. I'm almost out of it, and I just keep forgetting to buy a refill or a new one. So I'm like having to scrape the outsides to pick up any products. You were the same, so bullied. So your parents sent you to performing arts school and everything changed. I didn't go to a performing arts school. That's really cool. We did have some in our area, but I don't know if that's something they ever thought about for me, to be honest. But it helped just having a foundation of like friends that you were kind of forced to end up being friends with some of them. That's funny, Jay, that you experienced something similar to me. Yes, Dana, I have mentioned my adoption story. I do have it in a playlist if it's something you're interested in. I understand not everybody can consume that kind of content. It's also when I was very new to my YouTube channel and like filming and stuff, so it is very apparent I'm awkward and the filming quality isn't to where it is now, even though now I know it's still not the best, something I'm constantly working on for you guys. But I was in the foster care system for 10 years, and I was adopted when I was 10 years old. I was not in Little Red's chat when you guys talked about it. I love Little Red so much, and I commend her for the community that she is building, the connections that she is having with her subscribers. It is so authentic, and that's awesome. I really try to take parts of every creator that I watch and that I support into consideration when I'm doing my own content. She is one of the ones that I look up to in that aspect in doing lives and stuff. However, the timings of her lives are usually when I have mine. So I haven't always been able to be there. And oftentimes when I'm there, I say hi and then I just listen rather than totally engage, because sometimes I don't want people to think that, we're trying to overpower each other. I just want to be there and be in support. And if it's something I know or I can relate to, I participate in the chat. Otherwise, I just listen. I just like to be a supporter of other creators. So I will pop in and out, especially when she does some of her longer streams. I'm not always able to participate the full time. So I must have missed that one. Veronica, if you remember which one it was, if you could let me know, because I would be interested to go back and watch that one. You wish you could play more instruments. I wish I had more time. I think that's kind of as adults where we get, like, as we get older, we want all of these things. Like, wish we had done more things when we were younger than what we did, like learning instruments, putting time into that when you had the time. Now I struggle with finding time to, even if I wanted to learn a new instrument or to learn a new language or anything like that. We're just so busy. Yeah, Little Red is very supportive of her followers. It's amazing how she has that genuine connection with the people who subscribe to her and watch her content. Yeah, I've noticed the chats have been randomly disabled for her, and I think in one of my recent ones that it got disabled too. I don't know because I don't know enough technological stuff about all this YouTube world other than how to film and upload, and I'm starting to learn how to edit a little bit because I'm wanting to better my content, but I don't know what the processing and the rendering, like for a pre-filmed video, it's pretty standard. You can watch it happen. But for live streams, I've had live streams take a long time to actually upload. I never know when they actually upload. And then if I monetize it and save it, YouTube will automatically put in the ads. And because it's a longer live, they like bombard the front end of my videos with lives. I mean, not with lives, with ads, and I'm having to go back in and delete almost all of them because they'll put like 20 ads in the first hour and none at the back end. And I'm not trying to overload anybody with ads. I heard I popped in her live last night briefly before I did mine, or was that Wednesday night? That might have been Wednesday night. I don't think I got on YouTube last night. But I popped in one of her lives where she was talking about she was trying to get them back. And I didn't know you could get them back. And I don't know if it was just a rendering issue on my end or if it was a YouTube holding them because of the comments in the comment section. I let you guys say whatever you want. I let you guys curse and stuff like that. I don't care. And like in that live, it wasn't necessary for the chat playback to be there, but I like people to have full context if they're going to be rewatching a live to see what people are saying. It's a tech glitch. I'm hoping it is. I'm not going to be one of those, and I know Red's not either, like to sit here and blame it on YouTube and complain about YouTube, but we are at the mercy of the platform and of glitches that happen. So, I mean, I guess it's just us learning through it. And for me, I don't know if Red faces the same struggle, but for being like a newer content creator and not really knowing a whole lot from a creator's aspect, like I don't know if stuff that happens is normal or if it's just a me issue. Yeah, a lot of ad bombardment. I wonder if it is in relation to, like, we know that YouTube is operating a lot off of bots right now because of COVID and, not working from offices and stuff like that. So they're working on a limited staff, at least from what Team YouTube wants to put out. And I don't know if that's why all of these weird things are happening or if maybe ads are down. Like, I feel like that would be the total opposite because people are still kind of stuck at home. People are now working from home more than before and are consuming more internet than what maybe they had been prior to COVID. If like ads are just not doing well, or if it's the opposite, I don't know. I'm not in marketing. I've never been into marketing, so. I like that you guys are all supportive of each other. If you guys ever tell me you have a YouTube channel, I will subscribe to it and I'll try to watch your content when I can. Yeah, they shove a whole bunch in the beginning of a live stream. Like I've had live streams, only a couple have gone like to the 3 hour mark, but they take forever to process and then to load. So the only way this is going to sound really crappy, but this is me being honest with you guys. The only way I ever know they actually load is somebody puts a comment on my video, whether that's a good comment or a bad comment. I've had people put a comment like, I really enjoy your content, but it's overloaded with ads. And then I tried to comment and say, you know, this is something I always have to go back in and manually do. But I understand that that's frustrating for a viewer. Okay, Jay and Melody both have YouTube channels. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to moderate you guys just for right now so you can pull your links and put them in the chat so people can subscribe to your channels. And then don't be offended. I'm going to unmod you because as of right now, you guys know I don't feel the need to have moderators unless it's absolutely necessary. Do you guys want me to swatch this palette? If not, I'm going to put it away. Jay said she has a channel, and so did Melody. It's okay, Jay. It's just for you to put your channel up, and then I'm going to take it away. Because I don't know if I worry if I ever go into another tab that I'm going to end my stream or go into anything else because I'm not good at this kind of stuff, or else I would go pull them for you guys. All right. So while they do that, is there a yes for a swatch of this or a no? Or I don't care? Hey, Crystal. Just go to your channel and copy the link and then post it in. This is the Strawberry Dream Palette by Lunar Beauty, Manny MUA's brand. It is pretty and it's like 3D. I don't know if that'll come on camera, but like the little moon is raised. I'm glad you made it, Crystal. We're getting to the end. Jay, are you going to go pull your link for us? There's Jay's link for her YouTube channel. Now you don't have to worry about it. I pulled it from you. You'll watch the replay. It's just to get ready with me and we just chat about whatever. Rose would like me to, and so did Melody, sorry. All right. So there are those two ladies' channels. If you guys want to go ahead and subscribe to them, they are musically inclined. Veronica, do you have a YouTube channel? Or where is your music at? Okay, so I am going to avoid the sparkly shades until the end. That way it doesn't ruin the other shades. And I'm probably going to start from this middle row. No problem, guys. You know I'm here for just to support everybody. Sorry if you can hear my dog barking. I hope you guys can't hear that. My husband's playing with him. All right, so I'll show the palette in a minute. These are the swatches. So this one here is the first shade. You can hardly see it. It is like a pinky purple shade, and they're in line with this middle row. So I know they're hard to see. So this shade here, which you can hardly see, is a very pastel pink color. And then the second shade is a little bit darker, and that's this color, which is Skyline. Sunrise is this more red. It's almost an orange red. And then we have a darker purple red, and then more of a purple blue base. Remove all this and we'll move on. And I don't know if these colors are translating. Like I said, it looks different on my screen than what they look like in person. Bye, Petra. Yeah, I'm just going to finish up these swatches and then I'm going to go. I know my husband's done because he's out there playing with the dogs. I can hear them playing. All right, I'm going to avoid this first shade for now because it's a shimmer shade. And these shades are very, very vibrant, these colorful shades. So you guys can tell this is why I don't do like reviews or anything of the products that I have, because I know I can't swatch. All right. So this is upside, oh, maybe I'll just do this. So I avoided that first shade. How do I do it? I avoided the first shade here. So it's from this shade over. This is like a fuchsia pink, a light blue, a darker blue, and then a very deep purple, almost brown color. There is a purple hue to that. And then we'll do all of the shimmers on top. You don't have... So after I just want to make sure I understand. After you debut your music on Red's channel, you're then going to have them on SoundCloud for people to download. Am I understanding right? Okay. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad you guys are like working together. Once you guys do the debut and everything on Red's channel, I'm not asking to put your music in my stuff, but if you ever want to come over and promote yourself or have me promote your SoundCloud, let me know. I will be more than happy to do that. Yeah, and keep us posted for when you do the debut on Red's channel, because if she posts for it, I will definitely make sure I'm in that live. And I can share, if she posts it on Twitter, I can share it or retweet it. Not that many people follow me on Twitter. I'm not active on Twitter. I actually, to be honest, kind of avoid Twitter as much as possible. I only kind of use that app because some of my subscribers have a Twitter and that's how they want to communicate with me. So that's primarily Twitter's super toxic. I can totally agree with that sentiment. I have nothing against the platform. Obviously, I'm there, and it does make it easier for anybody who has a platform to be able to talk to their subscribers or talk to other content creators. So I appreciate it for that aspect, but like the actual content that's on there, I try to not really scroll through. I follow people who I enjoy, and then I kind of, unless they DM me or I'm tagged in something, I don't really spend time looking through it, if that makes sense. Oh, Melody, I hope that hasn't been a bad thing. I don't know if you have Instagram, if that's easier for you. I also have an Instagram. Yeah. Dana, and I don't mind like those kind of accounts that are just trying to bring awareness and like continue educating people about problematic things. But I have noticed that it is very easy for people who don't know of situations to get caught up and maybe be misinformed and then just spew whatever information they're being told. And I really don't like that. I don't like that aspect of it. And I have observed people to just kind of take whatever they see on there as face value and not really try to validate or verify any of the information, which just to me can be more problematic than helpful in certain situations. That's how you found all of us, Crystal. I had a Twitter for years, but only recently starting using since I've been active on YouTube for the past month. Got tired of all the political stuff on Facebook, so I jumped over to YouTube. Yeah, Facebook right now is like just a breeding ground for toxicity and negativity when it comes to politics. That's something I don't ever talk about on my channel because it's so toxic. It can be so hard for people. So this last set of swatches is going to be this top row and then this shade down here. And that's these. So this shade is a very iridescent white based. It's not holographic. It's like it's probably more of like a triochrome, maybe just a duochrome. And then there's this lighter pink, a darker red, a gold, a darker purpley red, and then like a champagne color is really what this bottom one is. Back. Ow. People are ruthless. I agree and disagree. Yeah, there's a reason I don't get involved in politics, especially I know there are people who carry platforms just for political reasons, and if that's what they're knowledgeable about and they want their content to be about, that's fine, but you're like constantly going to be berated, and I would not want to set myself up for something like that. Yeah, I saw what you tweeted, and wasn't that in Red's live? That's the last live I was in for a little bit. I saw that, and I thought it was kind of funny. Yeah, smart move. I've talked about it when this election started and people were kind of mentioning it here or there in the chat. I will never discuss politics because I don't want to offend anybody. I also do not find myself educated enough in the political realm to even try to talk about it. And you guys knowing my viewpoints means nothing to you at the end of the day. Like, what does my political beliefs and my political viewpoints do for my subscribers when that's not what my content's about? Oh, it's different? Okay. I don't know if I'm following you on Twitter. I'll have to check once I get off of here. But Twitter's just, I really find Twitter to be like just a breeding ground of toxicity and people spewing whatever they want, which is, I guess, in a way, like it's a love or hate relationship because it's nice to have a platform where you can say or do whatever you want and not feel the repercussions of it. But what happens is you end up with influencers, or what I have noticed is you end up with influencers who don't where their largest, let's use Katie for an example. Like Katie has a relatively large platform on YouTube. We can speculate as to if those people are real or not. That's not my point. but she has a large platform there. She does not have as many people following her on Twitter. So and she doesn't really promote her Twitter on her YouTube channel. And I really think that there's a reason for that, because she portrays herself, and the way that she talks and acts on Twitter and even on Instagram are totally different than how she presents herself on YouTube, which goes to show to me that those people who are showing different sides on different platforms are just inauthentic. They're showing you what they want to show you on their YouTube, and then if they are totally different people on any other platform, then they're not being authentic with you. I get on Twitter maybe feeling more free in the language you use, because YouTube does censor people and cursing and act like speaking certain words or talking on certain topics. So I get using it to just be able to fill in the blanks. But when you are flat out somebody totally different on a different platform, there's a problem there. In my opinion, there's a problem there. It does give people, Twitter can be very easy to be bullied on. Yeah, she does block everybody. I got blocked for commenting on somebody else's tweet about her, and I just agreed with them. It wasn't even mean. I can't remember whose it was at this point, but I got blocked because of that, which is fine. I mean, as creators, I think almost everybody here is probably blocked. As creators, like, we have the ability to block people and block on any platform, really, to block people we don't want to see. And it can be seen for me, like, I really could play devil's advocate on that at this point, is I can see people doing it to protect themselves and not wanting to feed into the negativity or feed into having to defend themselves. So they just are blocking anything negative. But at the same time, like, you have to be willing to at least acknowledge it to a degree if people are bringing up a consistent concern, if that makes sense. I'm not trying to bring up a scenario you all know I'm done with, but I had always kind of been on the side of, why is she just blocking people to be silent? And I can say from my experience in recent times, I have had people just coming at me, and I haven't talked about it because it is I'm an adult. I chose to be on this platform. I got myself into a situation which it was my own doing. Whether we agree with how it happened or not, it is what it is. But I had people coming at me for really no reason, if they would have taken this time to, like, take a step back and really look at the situation. So I am honest in the fact that I started to block people. If I saw my name and I would read the comment, which I think is maybe different from what Katie does, is I would actually read the comment, and if it was rude or hurtful, I just blocked that person. And I know that could get me flack, but I'm not going to choose for people to belittle me in any kind of sense of the way, especially in that particular scenario where I didn't do anything wrong. Had I done something wrong and people were legitimately providing me criticism and what I did wrong and trying to provide feedback, I would have been fine with that. But that's not what happened. First comment you ever made, and it wasn't even that bad. Yeah, exactly. I don't think she reads what people say. I think she just sees her name, and if it's associated with any individual who has provided her criticism, she doesn't even entertain it or think about it. She just blocks them, which she has the ability to do. And at this point, I can't say I totally blame her, but she's tried so hard to convince her audience that she doesn't watch any videos about her, which I can attest to. I don't watch any videos made about me. I did initially, and it didn't do well for me. Like, I'm not somebody who, like, gets pulled down easily, and I did. Listening to what other creators were saying about me, knowing that it wasn't true, really affected me in a negative way. It did. And I wasn't, like, into anything super bad, but it did have an effect on me. And I honestly didn't think that that was going to happen. So since that point, I have chosen to make sure if I see my name in anything, any title, whether it's somebody trying to say something positive or negative about me, I'm choosing not to watch it because I don't have to. Just like nobody has to watch my content because my content is primarily my opinions. So if people want to agree with me, that's great. If people want to provide criticism or an opposing opinion, that's great, as long as it's respectful. And with Katie, I feel like a lot of people are respectful in providing her criticism and critique. She's just not giving them the opportunity to be heard because she doesn't want to give them the opportunity to be heard. She thinks that she's doing what she is doing is right in every sense of the word, even if it's not, which again, there's Reddit pages, there's people on Twitter, there's people on Instagram, on even YouTube who can flat out show that what she does is contradictory, that she's a hypocrite, that she's not actually looking into stuff. Yeah, I know, Dana. I'm not, and I don't want to bring that up at all. I don't want to talk about it, but it's just, I just want to get, like, I am not a fan of Katie. I think we all know that. I give her criticism, but I can understand where when she says she doesn't watch certain things, I can see her not watching it because I don't. Hey, Patsy. Hey, Lulu. I don't watch those things on myself for my own mental health. But the thing is, I will still read what people message me or comment to me or at me on Twitter. I've had a couple of people at me on Twitter being critical of me for that situation, and I didn't block them. I didn't respond to them because I've dropped the situation and I've said that. But I'm an adult enough to can understand that people aren't always going to agree with me, and people are going to see where I maybe did something wrong. I'm glad you made it too, Lulu. I'm surprised you got blocked without even saying anything. I feel like you have to almost say something or agree with somebody for her to see that. Okay, Veronica, I will make sure. I try to not look at my phone while I'm on lives because I get easily distracted. Thanks for being here. You and Red need to keep me posted about your debut and stuff for your music, so we can cross advertise for you. And for that, I'm probably not going to be on live much longer. Hey, Sammy. Hey, Della. Yeah, I've talked to Red here or there. Her and I we very much are on the same mindset when it comes like how we operate and things like that. I appreciate all of her feedback. Is there anything else anybody wants to chat about? I will stay on for just a couple more minutes and then I'm going to go. Oops, sorry if you guys moved. Stretch my leg out and kick the thing. You don't use your Twitter. Oh, she might have thought you were a stock account. I mean, that could be. You want to know what this kind of goes to show how I don't want to call myself ignorant, but I mean, it really was how ignorant I was coming into this creator space. I didn't know stock accounts were a thing. I really didn't. And that I know that makes me sound silly, especially, getting on a platform and everything. And I guess to some degree, like catfishing could, I guess, be considered stock accounts, but I didn't realize, like, behind the scenes and stuff like that, it was that serious for people to have stock accounts to be able to spy on each other. It's just so childish to me. I don't understand. I'm not going to have a stock account. If somebody wants to block me, then fine, they can block. Like, Katie has blocked me on Twitter. I do have a personal Twitter which follows her as well, but I mean, if she blocks me on that, I'm not going to go out of my way to be able to see what she's saying or see what any creator's saying. If they really don't want me to see their stuff that bad that they're blocking me, then they're not worth my time. I can find other, like, they're not my sole content. If they take offense to me criticizing them or critiquing them, why don't they take their own advice and like reach out to the creator? Because Katie's one who constantly says she wishes people would reach out to her. And when people do reach out to her, she either doesn't answer them, or because I've reached out to her before and it was a fine conversation. It was at the very beginning of the first video I ever made on her. And it was a very short conversation. But she knows that I'm a creator and that I have talked about her, and not even necessarily in a negative way. And she blocked me because I just commented on somebody else's Twitter post. So she's already setting herself up for these creators that she's saying she wants to contact her, not be able to contact her. Yeah, I didn't know what a stock account was either. I had to learn that and what they were used for. I was like, okay. I mean, I can kind of understand why somebody would need one, but still, I guess it's just that's not how I operate or how I want to operate my YouTube channel. So yeah, and Lulu, you bring up a good point. And even what I'm saying, like, these larger creators kind of need to understand that their viewers, unless they're just a hardcore YouTube fan and do nothing but watch YouTube all day and all night, they're not going to know the things that happen. I've been watching YouTube since like 2012 or 2013. I've been watching YouTube pretty regularly for quite a number of years. And I just am learning those things as a creator. And I've been a creator since May. And I recently, like within the last month, found out what sock accounts were and that these things existed. So I don't think it's fair for creators to put what is common knowledge maybe to them onto their subscribers. I don't think that's fair. Oh, thank you, Della. I appreciate you. All right, guys. Well, I am going to go ahead and scoot for the day. I know it's Friday. I may be doing a live over the weekend. If I decide to, I will put it in my community tab, so keep an eye there. And that will probably be kind of like a more structure to talk about certain topics. There's a lot of stuff going on that I've seen in social media that I haven't made videos about. And I don't know if it's worth a full video. I would rather, there are more topics that I want you guys' engagement and your opinions on in the moment. So I will probably do that. I am still going to be filming that Micah Stauffer update video. So keep your eyes out for that over the next couple of days. Otherwise, I hope you guys all have a good day, evening, or night, wherever you are, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.